steps from the Capitol in Cheyenne with reporters in your hometown. These are the top stories from the Cowboy State Daily News Center.
It's time to take a look at what's happening around Wyoming for Friday, December 5th. I'm Mac Watson. A trucker accused of shooting at a pickup with a child inside claims the pickup driver actually fired first in a road rage incident. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports a judge found probable cause on Wednesday to send this case to district court on multiple felony charges, and the defendant chose to testify, which is a rare decision.
I don't recall seeing it in the preliminary hearings I have covered. And that's because at that phase of the case, the defense attorney has very little information. He hasn't gone through discovery yet. He hasn't gotten his arms around the constitutional situation yet. And so it's rare, it's unprecedented, but it's also a bold move.
59-year-old Rabindranath Bunsey faces 1 count of attempted second-degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of reckless driving, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, 1 count of property destruction, and an 8th count of using a radar detector. Wyoming's leaders, past and present, are mourning the loss of former Superintendent of Public Instruction Judy Catchpole, who passed away Thursday at the age of 81. Cowboy State Daily's Jimmy Orr reports that Catchpole is remembered for her boundless energy, sense of humor, and advocacy for children.
She was truly a happy person. Every single person I spoke to, governors today, senators today, leaders of all sorts, regular people who knew Judy well, they all said the same thing. She was genuinely happy. She was funny. She just brought joy to wherever she went. She was so different than other politicians. She's one of those people where if you saw her in a store, you would go seek her out and you would go give her a hug because you knew she was genuinely happy to see you.
Now, Catchpole served as Wyoming's highest-ranking education officer from 1995 to 2003. After being rescued from what officials called an abhorrent hoarding situation 2 months ago, the Cheyenne Animal Shelter has found homes for all 103 animals that were rescued. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reports the ability to get over 100 pets placed is an amazing achievement.
Yeah, none of the 103 animals rescued from the hoarding situation back in October are at the Cheyenne Animal Shelter now. They've either been adopted or they've been sent to other facilities where they can receive treatment and care and rehabilitation to get them ready for adoption. They had a giant mastiff that got flown to Idaho, and within 2 weeks of reaching his new foster family in Idaho, he was adopted as well. So it's a really tremendous accomplishment for everyone involved. I mean, you can't really be prepared to take on that many animals, let alone that many animals who need urgent care, and then have them all in better spots within 2 months. That's really something.
Kayla Hahn with the Cheyenne Animal Shelter tells Cowboy State Daily that the quails were the last of the 103 rescued animals to find a home. Cheyenne's Outlaw Saloon is part dive bar, part honky-tonk, and known for hosting music, boxing, and even little people wrestling. Cowboy State Daily's Greg Johnson reports the landmark bar is closing this weekend after the bank foreclosed on it to recover $1.7 million owed.
The Outlaw Saloon is closing this weekend on Monday at 10 a.m. Bank is having an auction, foreclosure sale for the Outlaw Saloon. It's only been called the Outlaw since about 2019 when the current owners bought it, but for decades before, it was called Cowboy South. It was around even before that, over 22,000 square feet. At one point, they had 3 working bars and a bowling alley in there all at the same time. And it's got a real reputation as the place to go. It was a honky-tonk. It's a dive bar. People loved it.
The Outlaw Bar was bought by Curtis and Shelby Croughton and their limited liability company, Bullseye Operations. It's been the go-to hangout in Cheyenne since the early 1970s. I'll be back with more news from Cowboy State Daily right after this.
Hey, Wyoming, ready for news that actually feels like Wyoming? Tune into Cowboy State Daily Radio with heart, humor, and a little Western kick. From ranch roads to mountain peaks, if it's happening here, you'll hear it here. No fluff, no filter, just the real deal. Real voices, real stories, real Wyoming. If it's happening here, you'll hear it here. Cowboy State Daily Radio, Wyoming's news, just the real deal. 100% homegrown.
Wyoming runs on community, and it's powered by people like you. Know someone who always steps up? Nominate them for the Governor's Spirit of Service Award presented by Serve Wyoming and Governor Mark Gordon. Let's celebrate the volunteers who make a difference every single day. Head to servewyoming.org to nominate a local hero today.
Cowboy State Daily News continues now. The USGS estimates that 4.7 trillion cubic feet of undiscovered natural gas remains under southwest Wyoming. Cowboy State Daily's David Madison reports that combined with other recent assessments, federal scientists have identified enough gas to supply the entire country for a long time.
So a significant amount of undiscovered natural gas resource was announced by the USGS, but to them it wasn't a surprise. They have been doing so many studies of southwest Wyoming. It was kind of expected, I think. I asked the researchers, were you pleasantly surprised by this? And she said, no, it really fits a pattern that every time we've looked, we found more. And it's basically saying this is what the inventory is. It's a pretty solid resource that could generate enough natural gas to power the whole country for 18 months.
The assessment marks the fifth oil and gas study in the area released by the USGS in the last 2 years, following assessments of the Lewis Shale in July 2020, the Mowry Composite in May 2025, the Niobrara Formation in June 2025, and the Phosphoria Petroleum System in August of 2025. The daughter of the Rock Springs, Wyoming police chief was sentenced to 42 days in jail and ordered to pay over $2,000 in restitution Wednesday for poisoning her roommate's dog, leading to its having to be put down. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that Allie Erzparmer pleaded no contest Wednesday to the misdemeanor version of that charge.
The county attorney, Clayton Milinkovich, that covered for Sweetwater County in this case, he wrote a statement saying probably had she been convicted by a trial, the judge after that would have given her probation. And so this way he was able to secure some jail time because he wasn't confident about whatever sentence she would have gotten, even with the felony level conviction, which she dodged. But he recognized that nothing could make up for the loss of the dog and the other things that the dog's owner went through.
The restitution amount covers the cremation and veterinary costs. So says the deceased's dog owner, Hallie Blake. When John and Tucker Bass, father and son, moved from Tennessee, they were unsure about Wyoming's bass fishing. Outdoors reporter Mark Hines reports, then the 12-year-old caught a world record-setting largemouth bass in Fremont County.
Tucker and John Bass. Tucker is the son. This summer, they were fishing on a lake that's colloquially or locally known as Bass Lake, and Tucker caught a world record-breaking bass insofar as it was the new world record for the junior class on 4-pound test line. So it was the largest largemouth bass that's ever been caught by someone in the junior division on 4-pound test line. John, the dad, told me that to his knowledge, there's never been a record largemouth caught in Wyoming, because Wyoming really isn't known for bass fishing.
Dad says they plan on eating the fish for a world record dinner now that they've got an official approval. Tucker says they plan to cook the fish in his favorite way, deep fried. And that's today's news. Get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting that daily newsletter button at cowboystatedaily.com. And you can listen to this newscast every day by clicking subscribe on our YouTube channel, or you can listen to us on your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening. I'm Mac Watson for Cowboy State Daily.